Hey, what's up, team? How are you guys today? I am flying solo. You guys can see the empty chair over my shoulder. So, unfortunately, you guys aren't going to get to see my beautiful wife with us today. She is out and about doing a bunch of things. So, you got me. I got some information for you. I hope you guys have had a great weekend, and here we are. It's the end of the month already. What's up, Caroline? How are you? Nice to have you with us. Ashley, how are you from the East Coast? Great to have you here with us. You guys, this team is so fun. You guys are awesome. Hey, Barbara, how are you? Nice to have you on with us. We've got some great stuff to share with you guys today. Look at the early birds. Jenny Russick, that's an early bird. Hey, Tracy, how are you? Nice to have you on with us this morning. Yes, we're going to miss Lynette. I miss Lynette. Hey, Ivy, how are you? Nice to have you on with us this morning. Lynette brings a good perspective to things, and she keeps me in check. So she might send me some messages. So you never know, right? So first time. Hey, what's up, Holly? I like it. First time live, huh? What's going on? Yeah, we're a little bit early. Some of you may know this, that you can actually get notifications from this page or any page if you're just in Team True Blues group. Just hit the menu button and you can select to get notifications when we go live so that you get it immediately. So we're not going to always go right at 12 o'clock Eastern. Yes, Sharon, you're an early bird. Are you still in Florida? I know you were in Florida for a little bit. We're not going to always go right at 12 o'clock Eastern time because that never was really the intention when we switched platforms. It's just when things kind of start to settle into the day and it's a good time for a lot of people to be on live. We never wanted to be too early, too late. What's up, Iris? Nice to have you on. Hey, Eileen, nice to have you as well this morning. Bunch of early worms. Tag your teams in this thing. Let them know that we are here. Hey, Casey, how are you, girl? Good to see you on here. So there may be times in the future where there's some of the other leaders from the team that are going to be doing this live, and it won't be at 12 o'clock Eastern, and you want to get the notification. And they're not always going to be 30 minutes either. Kind of falls in there, but I don't want you guys to think that we're trying to fill time for 30 minutes. So they may be 15 minutes at given times, or sometimes they may be 45 minutes. Nevertheless, nice to have you guys here. Let's kind of talk about a few things that are super important right now. First of all, I don't know if a lot of you guys know that these calls that we're doing in the Facebook group are also being posted at teamtrueblue.org. We're going to continue to repeat that a little bit because not everybody is on Facebook, and we want to make sure our team gets as much of the updates and information as possible. We know that Facebook is a platform that many people are on, so it's a natural place for us to host this, but there are some that are not on Facebook. So we posted at teamtrueblue.org, and last week's call with Dr. Bev was off the hook, guys. It was so good. I'm so glad that we finally worked out our technical difficulties and had that interview with her. Amazing lady, amazing distributor, amazing asset to Team True Blue, and blew us away last week. And if you missed it, you can probably find it here in Facebook, but you can also go find it at teamtrueblue.org and send that video out, send it out to people. So anyway, just wanted to highlight that for you guys and wait for you to find that video. Obviously, there's a lot of promotions going on right now. Today is Cyber Monday. There's people buying stuff like crazy, not only in LifeVantage, obviously, but my goodness, electronics are still king. Like Best Buy was nuts this weekend. But I know you guys are looking for deals. Everybody likes sales and deals. Who doesn't like a deal? Who doesn't like sales? LifeVantage is crushing that right now. It started back last week with some amazing deals with the hair care. It's still running through today. Get up to speed on that. We're not going to go over all that today, but if you like deals and you like sales, make sure you're taking advantage of those promos that the company is doing right now. So while we're talking about the holidays, credit cards, all that stuff going on, yesterday was the 25th. We know that is the last auto ship of the month. That should trigger for the leaders of the organization that we need to dive in and make sure that our teams are going to get paid. There's a lot of people in the organization that you can go and check their PV and make sure they're going to get paid. You know, you got some newer distributors that might not understand if they don't have 100 PV. What's up, Jess? How are you, girl? Nice to have you here, Gary. You guys, Jessica Perez, Gary Stern, these guys understand that a lot of people don't understand that they need to have a certain amount of PV to get paid. And so let's help them understand. Let's help them understand that with a few customers or their own purchase, honestly, let me make sure I'm going to say this without hurting anybody's feelings, but if you don't have 100 PV personally coming into your home, and I'm just going to say you're missing out on some amazing products. Let's just leave it at that. The Vitality Stack is it's changed my life. I mean, I cannot go a day without the Vitality Stack. I can't. And that probiotic, it simply allows me to eat things that I could not eat before and should not eat, and it lets me slide. Maybe it's a bad thing. It's like, hey, I can eat those things now. Because I love some fried food. I'm just going to say, I love some Popeyes fried chicken. And I got to that probiotic is not that good, but it's good. Anyway, how did I get on Popeyes with the 25th auto ship? I don't know. But here we go. There are a lot of credit cards that have declined yesterday, and they've declined because of all the spending people have done the previous 2 or 3 days, guys. Their credit cards are maxing out, and they probably know their credit cards are maxing out. Maybe they don't know. I'm laughing some of these comments now about Popeyes. I gotta get off Popeyes. I'm hungry, real hungry right now. They don't even know their credit cards have declined. So it would be really cool if you could look into your back office and find out whose auto ships have not run and give those people a call and to see if it was their intent to not run the auto ship. But I wouldn't call them and say, hey, your auto ship didn't run. I would call them, know what products they're using, call them with some incredible information, updates on that product. Like, hey, I know you're using the skincare. Did you know that if you mix the perfecting lotion with the hand cream, it becomes an amazing all over lotion, right? Things like that. That's just an example. But in the process, you could say, by the way, I noticed that the auto ship for the stuff that you have been using, I know you like, is not run yet and it's passed. So is there something I can do to help you make sure you don't miss a shipment? You know, something like that. I'm just thinking like off the cuff, right? But there are a lot of credit cards that haven't run. The company will run again today and probably tomorrow another run to see if they can get those credit cards that were declined to run through. I know in previous months, just our group has had an excess of $70,000 of auto ship / subscriptions. I'm still working on the subscription lingo that didn't run. In 1 month, we've had as much as $70,000 of subscriptions through credit card declines. Not necessarily people saying, hey, I want to come off subscription. We're talking specifically about people that have credit cards on file with orders in that didn't happen. And so if we could go in and fix half of that, that's a big deal. It's a really big deal. So let's be aware that it is the 25th. A lot of people are maxing out some credit cards right now for sales for the biggest, like TVs bigger. I saw a TV in the back of a truck that they had to put it sideways because the TV wouldn't even fit the width of the truck. They had to put it the length of the truck. It's kind of crazy. So anyway, let's make sure we do that. Let's talk about something we just loaded up this weekend or a couple days ago. The days are all a wash to me. We just loaded the new checklist video. So the checklist had some refinements, and the video and the checklist didn't really match perfectly. So we went in there, Lynette and I shot over the last few days a video that took us way too many takes to do. You'll probably notice when you watch the video some edits that are in there because, well, we just weren't on our A game. It took several takes, and anyway, it's there. The new checklist is there, and it's an important part of getting your new distributors started. I hope you guys, when you sign a new distributor, step one is that checklist. I hope you understand that. That checklist is there to get everyone started the right way and to find out really what your new distributor wants and how you can help them get what they want. And we put this video together so that we can explain the psychology behind what the checklist is, what they should be thinking, and maybe what some other people are thinking in their circles, right? So if you haven't seen the new video, go check it out, because I don't think it's a good idea to have people watch a video that you haven't watched yet. So go watch the video, make sure you fully understand what's being said there, and then now you've got another resource to send out for your new distributors. So go check that out. That video, again, teamtrueblue.org, and it's under the Get Started tab, right there, right out of the gates. What's up, Mary? What's up, Marcia? Nice to have you guys on here. So cool to see so many of you guys' faces in the middle of holiday craziness, but I knew you guys would be here. So let's go to the next thing that I wanted to talk about with you guys, and that's our core value for this week to discuss. It's core value number 2. We're in rotation now, or we've gone through the 7 core values, and now we're doing it again. We're going to continue to touch on these things every week, give you a little taste of why they're there and how we're applying it within the team. And everything we're going to do. And when I look over this way, I've got them posted on my wall. In fact, look, here, I'll show you. I got to get a better frame for it, but let me pull this off of here. They're posted, let's see, right there. There they are, right there amongst my Houdat stuff, guys. My Saints are doing good, guys. I'm just going to say, I'm going to brag a little bit. They're 10-1. I'm just saying, some of y'all might be hating on the Saints, but any team that's 10-1, you guys show them a little bit of love. They're doing good. So, core value number 2, what's up, Crate? What's up, Graham? Is that we provide all, and all is capitalized, guys. ALL, okay? We provide all an equal opportunity of impact. What's that mean? I mean, it was kind of vague, you know, like when we were putting this together, honestly, this was the one that I kind of wanted to hit really head on so people understood exactly what we were talking about. But the reason we left it that way or put it that way is we wanted to be a broad enough statement that it would encompass quite a bit. And so first and foremost, we believe that in many aspects in the world that it's not fair and not everybody has an equal opportunity. Not everybody gets to participate financially in bonuses or, opportunities based on sometimes your gender. We know this, guys. Come on. There's still today that women can do the same thing that men do and they don't get paid the same. You know it's true. It's true, right? Unfortunately, it's just the way it is. Now, not in every case. I said sometimes, not every time, but we know that's true. We also know that sometimes, depending on your nationality or skin color or all these things, people are treated differently. And so, and it's not a one-way street. I can promise you, I've traveled the world enough to know that I have been discriminated against, okay? I know what it feels like to feel like, wait a second, I think those people are, getting served before me, and I've been here like a lot longer. Like, I know what that feels like, and I'm not saying that I've walked every one of your shoes by any stretch of the imagination. All I'm saying is this world that we live in is very unjust. It's not fair for all. And in our team, we're doing the very best that we can to make it fair for all, that everyone has an equal opportunity to do whatever they want inside of this team and inside of Life Vantage. And then the impact part is up to you, because some people just want to impact their little financial world, their family, like, hey, I just want to take care of my family. Other people, kind of once that's accomplished, will go, okay, my family's good now. I want to help other people. And that's really the beauty of how broad this statement is we all have an equal opportunity for impact. And I hope you guys embrace this core value, because it's embedded in everything we do, even in our train. Think about our business model for one. Network marketing in general is just that. It's an equal opportunity. When you signed your application at LifeVantage, it didn't ask you, what country you're from, other than, just where you're going to sign up. Right? So in other words, it didn't care what nationality you are. If you're a resident of the United States, you're a resident of the United States. It doesn't care if you're from another country or that your ancestors are from another country. You guys get what I'm saying. I don't want to beat this point up. But within our team, what we've done is we've gone to some of the leaders in our organization, those that are doing trainings, and we have really empowered them to have a small impact or a big impact based on their desires. And so we don't control any of the trainings, okay? When I say we, Team True Blue, we give suggestions on how long they should be. We give suggestions on the format. We give suggestions on venues. But we do not tell the leaders what day it's going to be on, what venue it's going to be, how long it's going to be, who's going to speak, how many people are going to speak. We don't do that, because we want the leaders in the markets to have the ability to have a small impact or a big impact. It's really up to them to decide. And when you dive deeper into what we do at our schools, the live events that are now and for the foreseeable future going to be called lead schools. We've made that transition. We made that announcement last week. So the Life Vantage Academies that we have done within this team for 2019 and moving forward will be called lead schools. So there's no more confusion. You guys will know what a lead school is. You will know what a virtual workshop is. There will be no confusion. And look quick this week for the post that will list all the Team True Blue events, so that there'll be no question when the trainings are happening and the frequency of those trainings. So even within our lead schools with those panels, when it comes to giving all an equal opportunity for impact, the most, to me, moving parts of these schools have been those panels, and specifically the up-and-comers, those Pro 1s, those Pro 2s, that are getting in front of the group and sharing their experiences, sharing their nervousness, sharing their victories with people, has been absolutely a big part of empowering and allowing everybody an equal opportunity. So we're not just putting a Pro 7 or Pro 8 or Pro 9 or Pro 10 in front of the room to train. We got Pro 1s, we got Pro 2s, we got Pro 3s, and that's a small example of how core value number 2 just becomes visible to all of you, that everyone has an equal opportunity for impact. And I hope you guys love that core value. It will help this team grow for decades, okay? Because if you become this elitist group, you're not going to grow. And we're going to do the best that we can to make this an equal opportunity for everyone. So enough of that. Let's go to kind of a segue to this core value and the trainings, and that is the virtual workshops, guys. The virtual workshops have been a big hit, and there's another one this Saturday. December 1st is this Saturday. It's already here. I wished it was actually another Saturday away. So time is moving, right? It's just moving fast. So we're less than a week away from our December virtual workshop. It will happen this coming Saturday. As you guys know, leaders, that link will be available Friday night for you guys to get your hands on. And how can you take advantage of these workshops? I think some people have it dialed in pretty good. Other people are still kind of figuring out how to dial in the workshops. And first, let me just tell you kind of the agenda that we're going to follow again this weekend. And that is we're going to start it with an opportunity meeting. And that opportunity meeting is intended to give you the ability to bring guests to your event, right? Into your home or wherever you're meeting. You don't have to be in your home. It can be at a Starbucks. Anywhere where you have a Wi-Fi reception, or if you're sophisticated enough to download the YouTube video onto your hard drive, then you don't need to worry about Wi-Fi. You can take it wherever you want on Saturday. But it's the intention is that you invite to these things, that you can count on that there will be an opportunity meeting on that first Saturday that you can tie into, followed by roughly 60 minutes or so of training. And that training is designed to help people get to Pro 3. The virtual workshops are designed to get people from zero, just new, through Pro 3. It's the fundamentals that are going to be there. And if you're not a Pro 3 yet, you should be watching it. If you are a Pro 3 or higher, then you should still be watching it so that you can create more Pro 3s, or so that you can understand some of the nuances of the team and things that we've done to refine the process and simplify the process to Pro 3. We've created a process, a map to Pro 3, a map to Pro 5, a map to 7, and a map to Master, really, is what we've created. And you're going to see more of that starting in December. You guys, a lot of you have been wondering about the map to 5. When are we going to be teaching that a little bit? You'll see some of that in December. So if you want to take advantage of the workshops, have some people in your home or an atmosphere where they're comfortable and can participate in a little social activity. You know, the best thing is get some people over for coffee and bagels or lunch or brunch or whatever you want, and a social, fun atmosphere. Have some music on. Just make it a fun time together where people are relaxed and, you know, just very casual setting. And they can see a little bit of the culture. And what happens and what is happening is people are sticking around after the training's over. The whole thing's done in like 90 minutes. And people are staying, I'm hearing hours after, asking questions, enrolling, and starting on their checklist right there. Like, how awesome is that they enroll and then bam, what do we do next? Let's get this checklist filled out. And then after that, what do? We do it. ITT, Invite Tool Team. That's what we do. Workshop, like the checklist, and do it. Checklist, do it, right? Checklist, do it. That's it. That's what we do. That's all you need to do to get to Pro 3. So that's kind of what I would suggest for you guys. Also at those workshops this Saturday, have iPads ready, have laptops ready, your cell phone ready, so that you can send links to sign people up out of the app or out of your back office. But please have some paper applications. Have paper applications for that fallback what if scenario. Don't be afraid to do that, guys. And let me tell you what, if someone is enrolling at your meeting, make sure everybody knows. Like, hey guys, so-and-so's enrolling right now. Welcome her into the team. Guys, that is so powerful. It's social proof. It will almost create a snowball effect. You just watch. Just watch what happens when someone makes a decision to join us. Watch what happens with the other guests that are there. They are going to move closer to the enrollment process themselves. So that's on the workshop. Let me close this live out with a thought that you're going to be hearing more and more from me about this topic, because it's something I'm very passionate about right now, and I'm diving into the explanation of it, and I'm creating some trainings based on it. And it's the beauty of what our business does for us. It simply helps us compress time. Okay, now when you think about industries have been created by helping people compress time. Okay, right now I'm talking to you through one of those devices. A cell phone. Okay, I've got a cell phone on a little selfie stick hanging from some mini blinds in my office because that's where the best light is for the scenario, right? But that cell phone, it doesn't do anything better than the old phone. It just makes it more convenient. It means if I'm in traffic, I don't have to go find a payphone. It means I don't have to wait to get home to listen to an answering machine to get all my messages from the day to see who called me, right? The cell phone, it just makes life much more convenient, and that's why we all have them. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry by compressing time. Uber. Uber is no better than a taxi ride. It's just more convenient. I mean, you can call up the Uber and finish up your meal or finish up your conversation and time it. So as you walk out, you guys are doing this. I do it. I call my Uber when I go to airports. I call my Uber before I get my luggage. And by the time I got my luggage, the Uber's there and I'm out and I'm gone. Uber is I think, I don't know how many billions now. I want to say 30 or 40 billion dollars. Uber is, and it's simply just to compress time. A microwave. You guys all have microwaves. I hear they're pretty bad for us, but I use one. I'm sorry. It compresses time. Like if I want to reheat my coffee, I just do it in 20 seconds instead of, I don't know. You get me, right? It compresses time. Fast food. We were joking about Popeyes. I mean, you guys, I don't eat fast food much, but I eat fast food, and it's when I'm in a rush and I need to compress time, I'll eat fast food. It's a whole mega industry, and it's not like the food's worse for you. You guys know this. It's just convenient and it's cheap. And so people choose to purchase it, right? Guys, our business, here's the beauty. Our business of network marketing is the ultimate time compressor. And it's why everybody should be in network marketing. Like everybody should have a cell phone. Everybody should do all the things that compress time, unless it's really bad for you. Our business just compresses time, and here's how it works. Let's just say I'm so crazy busy and I can only make 5 phone calls a day because I'm crazy busy. Let's call it 10. Let's say I'm a really go-getter and I'm going to call 10 people a day about LifeVantage, but I can't do any more. I'm exhausted. All I got in me is 10 minutes, okay? Cool. I do that long enough till I'm going to find somebody. I'm going to find somebody that sees what I see and they're going to join me. Immediately. It doesn't always work this way, but go with me here. You're going to understand the math. They start doing their phone calls, right? All they got is time for 10 phone calls. So they're doing their 10 and I'm doing my 10. I can't do 20. I mean, maybe I could do 20 one day of the week when I'm taking my nap, okay? But I can't do 20 every day, but I can do my 10. And then they got their 10. And then what happens when that person finds a person? Now that's 30 calls a day. I can't do 30 calls a day. I don't want to do 30 calls a day. What happens when there's 10 people on your team? That's 100 calls a day. So it would take me 10 days to do 100 phone calls at 10 a day. But now I've got a few people going, and in one day we're calling 100 people. What happens when you got 1,000 distributors on your team? Times 10. 10,000 phone calls? I mean, do the math. How many days would it take me? Right? Well, it might take me, if it's not 10, it'd take me 1,000 days. It would take me 1,000 days, which is a little more than 3 years, or right about 3 years, right? Yeah, about 3 years. So if I'm calling 10 people a day, it would take me 3 years to call 10,000 people. But instead, because I've got 1,000 distributors that are calling 10 people, it happens in one day. So what would take me 3 years, my group can do in one day. That's compressing time. That's what network marketing is. Now, what's that look like in money? What's that look like in money for you? Here's what it looks like in money for you. I had worked for 20 years. My wife and I, busting our butts, 20 years, traditional business, and we did not have $1 million invested. We'd made millions. But there's things called like bills and mortgages and kids and taxes. And just because you make millions doesn't mean you keep millions. So we'd worked for 20 years and I still didn't have $1 million. And the reason I use $1 million is because $1 million is one of those baseline numbers for what it would take to retire, right? $1 million is going to throw you off about $5,000 a month, somewhere in there, give or take, all right? $1 million, $5,000, okay? So I had worked 20 years, busting my butt, employees stealing, lying, customers firing us, the whole thing, the whole gamut of owning our own business. And this little network marketing thing comes around, and in less than 1 year, my wife and I were earning in excess of $5,000 because we were beyond Pro 6s in the business. So what I couldn't do in 20 years, we had compressed to 1 year because of network marketing. It allows you to compress time like nothing I've ever seen before. And some of you are going, well, I made some good decisions. And I do have $1 million working for me in the bank. Okay, that's great. But let's look at this. That's just Pro 6. Okay, go to Pro 7 where the income is now $10,000 a month. All right, that's $2 million. Go to Pro 8, that's the equivalent of $4 million. Okay, how long? Some of you may have $1 million in the bank, but do you have 4? And how many more years will it take you to have $4 million in the bank working for you? I can promise you can get to Pro 8 faster than you can get to that 4 million. If you're a Pro 9, it's like having $8 million in the bank. How long is it going to take you to 8 million? And if you're a Pro 10, it's like having $16 million in the bank. Guys, my wife and I hit Pro 10 in 4 years. You talk about compressing time. My wife and I were never going to have $16 million in the bank, ever. And we did it in 4 years because of this amazing industry. It allows you to compress time. So whatever your goals are, I don't know what your goals are. Your goals are just to retire? Maybe that's Pro 6, Pro 7. Maybe your goals are to help a lot of people. I can promise you it's going to happen here faster than anything I've ever seen in my life. If you can find something that'll allow an average person like me with a high school education to get the equivalent of $16 million in the bank over the next 4 years, holler at your boy, because I don't know where that exists, okay? This business is amazing, and I'm just going to tell you, the people that compress time understand what's happening on the holidays right now. The easiest way to win is to work when everybody else is playing. Guys, it doesn't have to be hard work, guys. Just get after it over these next few days, and you are going to reap the benefits in February, March, April, and May. Okay? Everybody's going to be asleep for the first couple weeks in January. They'll be making their New Year's resolutions and losing weight and all this other stuff. They're going to wake up around the second week in January. Please don't let that be you. You need to wake up now. Go for it, guys. Now is the time to run like you've never run before. It will pay you like you've never been paid before. And I'm just telling you how to compress time. It's created billion-dollar industries, and it can put millions of dollars in your bank account if you understand what we've got. So I'm out. I could keep going. So you guys have a great day. Tag your teams in this, and this thing will be up at teamtrueblue.org. And I don't know, a couple hours to a couple days. We'll get it up there. Love you guys. Thank y'all all for being live, and we'll talk to you guys later. See ya.